Hey, what's going on there, everybody? My name is Kyle, and I'm sitting here in my Hellcat, Go Mango. Just had the windows tinted. Feeling real good. It's the Johnson Windows Film products. It's the, I guess, their premier Insulate IR insulator. So it's the ceramic IR cutting technology, whatever the heck that is. It already feels really good. I got the, I think it's like, what is it, 20 in the back and 35s in the front. Can't really tell too much. I have another video which I'll add to this one, either in the front or the back. But you can see that you really can't tell much of a difference. So for any of you out there who want that like real dark in the back, but not so dark in the front to not attract cops, you probably want to go with something a lot lighter, like 45s or 50s or something like that in the front windows. And you know, you stay with your 20s in the back or whatever, or even your 5, I guess, if you want some limo tint. But all right, so I'm gonna go get my car smogged. I got an appointment with the DMV here in California in like a week or two, so I can pay the awesome freaking fees for this car. It's a brand new car, and you gotta smog it. I don't get it. Whatever. They just want their damn money. But I've been here all my life, so I don't really complain too much. And I got this cool little mic. I'll put in the description what it is, and I got it from Amazon. I don't know if it's gonna work that well or not. I'll probably put up on the front of the dashboard at some point, try and see if you can hear a difference between supercharger whine, you know, over me talking the radio here, and I don't know, 2.5, 3 feet to the very front of the window. So I'll do that on my drive. First and foremost, fell in love with this new monster drink. It's the Go Mango, or sorry, that's my car. The Mango Loco juice, which is freaking awesome. I'm addicted to it. Definitely love it. All right, so I got it in sport mode right now. Traction control's off. It's a pain in the ass to drive with it off, but whatever. So let's get on the road here. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about myself and kind of like my background. So for those of you that want to subscribe, definitely like subscriptions, if you will. That'd be cool. If you want to subscribe and watch more videos down the road, you can kind of understand me and who I am, my background, to validate whether or not you want to listen to me or take any of my advice, or you know, learn from any of the tips that I'm recommending to you. So you know what, let's go this way. Oh man, I gotta drive more like a grandma now, so the cops don't pull me over. I got no plates yet, paper plates still, and window tint, so Popo's gonna be on the troll for me. All right, so my background, while I was going to college, I worked at a Volkswagen restoration shop. Started out freaking cleaning parts, sweeping floors, scrubbing toilets. I didn't know anything. I worked there for 6 years. Towards the end, I was doing a lot of welding. Actually, my boss sent me to a welding beginner's course and then an intermediate course. And I started welding on the cars, doing like frame, pan welds, seat rail welds. We pretty much took out all the oh, you know what, I'm sorry if you can hear Britney Spears. Like this is just like XM satellite radio, and I don't even know if I can change it. Oh yeah, see you, Britney. Do something else here. So anyway, I was doing a lot of welding and became pretty good, kind of fabricating some off-road suspensions and whatnot. We did a lot of things, actually. It was actually a Thing restoration shop. If you don't know what a Volkswagen Thing is, look it up. It's like an old German Jeep looking like vehicle they used in the war, which was World War II, was a Kubelwagen, but in 71, 72 they made the Thing for the public, and pretty crazy looking. Did a lot of work on those cars, did pretty much everything besides paint and body. I got taught by McGuire's guy, or one of our reps, to kind of do some detailing, so I know a little bit about that, luckily. So I do most of my own work on my cars. I don't know about this beast with, I mean, OBD2 will tell you a lot of stuff. I can look up codes and whatnot. It's time with kids and full-time job and whatnot. So we'll see what happens down the road with this thing, what kind of videos I make, like how-to videos. Someday I want to do like an oil catch can. I don't know if I'll do anything else, to be honest with you. This thing has so much power. It's just ridiculous. And I don't think I even need to do anything else. I mean, I know like SRT Mush is putting like, I don't know, 1,000 horsepower. That's his goal, and that's cool. But I think my first real mod would be trying to fit like 305 tires under the rear, because these 275s, they don't even grab. I mean, I'll get them warm, and it don't matter what speed you're going. You can go like 20 or 40 miles an hour, and you hit the gas, I'm just burning out. Traction control on or off, it don't matter. So kind of shocking. I mean, I watched a lot of videos, I read a lot of blogs, vlogs, whatever, about, you know, people in these cars, and I thought I had an understanding of what its capabilities were, but it turns out I ain't got no idea. So biggest thing is definitely gonna be researching rear tires, which I'll probably need. I've only had this car for like 2-3 weeks. I imagine I'll probably need some rear tires before the summer, and obviously it'll be, do I get all-terrains again or do I get summer tires? Southern California, temperature's not bad, pretty ideal, doesn't rain much. So do I need all-terrain tires? You know, not so much. I could probably do some summer tires even in the winter, that they recommend like 50 degrees or warmer. Where I'm at, I'm like low desert, so it's, I don't know, about 40s usually in the morning, and then the afternoon it's pretty much 60 or above. Right now it's 77. It's January, so for all you haters out there shoveling snow, sorry. I was just born here and that's what's up. So anyway, back to about me. I've done a lot of work on cars. I mean, brakes, coilovers. I replaced a factory supercharger with an aftermarket twin screw. I got another video on my page. It's a 1990 Volkswagen Corrado, and it's got a twin screw on there. I put that bad boy in there. I actually fabricated an oil drain kit that I had a buddy owned a shop. He started making CNC plates for me, and I started building the braided hose and started selling kits back in the day on one of the forums for Volkswagens. So I mean, I kind of got a little bit of aptitude about mechanics and theory of operation and whatnot. I'm not an expert mechanic. I'll say the electronics are probably my like biggest pet peeve. I hate shooting wires, and I'm not a genius at that stuff, so a lot of the stuff I'll do is probably more mechanical, just so you know. I bought the car with the optional audio, the Harman Kardon audio with the subwoofer, and I've read some posts and people were like, it's not that good, it's not that good, it's kind of crappy, and I'm like, well, I'm 36 and I don't need anything crazy anymore to shake my freaking balloon knot loose or whatnot, but this thing's pretty good. Let's see if I can, you probably won't hear much on this video, but of course, oh, here we go. Yeah, I got the bass kind of like 70%. And that was only at setting 24. It gets freaking wicked loud, and I'll start getting a headache after a while. So I don't blast it much. It's pretty good right around 15, volume setting 15, and I definitely like it. I would recommend that anybody looking to get a Dodge vehicle, that if you like radio, good radio, and you want some bass, decent bass, you can definitely go for that Harman Kardon audio system. It's definitely worth it in my opinion. What else did I get? Came with a sunroof. Love the sunroof. All right, let's try this again here. My GoPro, it's kind of been acting a little funny, so the damn camera shut off on me when I was recording. So I got a new battery in there. I don't know, it says like 4 hours of freaking time on there, but the other one said like 4.5, and it shut off after like however long I was blabbering for. So anyway, we'll see what's up with this one. Just got the smog done, passed with flying colors, so now I can go to the DMV and pay California a bunch of stupid money, whatever. Anyway, so I'm gonna do a couple I don't know, say high power roll throughs, some whatever you want to call it. I don't call it drags. I ain't racing nobody, but I can't roll the windows down because I had the window tint done. So let's see what you hear. So you hear that a little bit. Pretty sexy. Freaking loves it. It's gonna be a little bit of traffic going home, so I can't do a bunch of crazy stuff, unfortunately. Holy moly, there's a bunch of peeps over here. This is freaking insane. So looks like I picked the wrong time to go home, and see if I can get in here. Thank you for being so nice. You're awesome. And I'll totally block traffic. Anyway, so I think back to what I was saying. At some point I was talking about the window tint, and then my past experience working at the auto shop. So I would say for any of you that like want to subscribe and keep watching this channel down the road when I do things, like I'd say I'm definitely intermediate-ish maybe a little bit higher as far as some of the things I do. Other things, I read, watch YouTube videos, try it for the first time. And sometimes I'm just like, hope it works. So that's me in a nutshell. Let's get on to the car. So my car ownership throughout the years, basically, when I was younger, my first car was a 71 Super Beetle. Had it lowered. My uncle and I blueprinted the engine and built the engine for that car, which I still have. And I'm going to insert into my 67 Karmann Ghia that I've been restoring for like a decade and some change. Once I'm done with my master's, I'll probably start working on that car. My kids are getting a little bit older, so hopefully they can help me with it, and I can teach them a little appreciation for cars, and they can learn, right? They're pretty young right now, so I'll be doing most of the work and talking, and they'll probably be picking their nose, but whatever. I'm a realist. So, all right, basically I had that 71 Super Beetle. Then, I worked at the shop. I bought a 1990 Volkswagen Corrado. I was a second owner. When I bought it, there was only like 60,000 miles on it. I bought it in 01, I think, 02. And if you don't know what a Corrado is, it's basically the model after the Volkswagen Scirocco. It's a 4-cylinder, 1.8, and it came with a G60 supercharger on it. And it was a fun car, fast for what it was, front-wheel drive, pretty light. So I got that in the previous part of the video that I had before my GoPro took a shit. Talked about the supercharger I put on there. It's a twin screw, Leisham, and then I did a stage 4 on there. I did cam, I did custom chip, I did fuel pressure regulator, I got intake, exhaust on there. Forgot what else I did to it. It's been a while. I have it. It's my garage queen, so it sits in the garage covered like 363 days out the year. I do a drive pretty much once when I get it smogged, and then another time throughout the year just for shits and giggles. The water pump's taking a poop, so I got to replace the water pump on it. Anyway, I still have that car. I had another Corrado I bought, which I flipped, and then I bought that 67 Karmann Ghia from my boss in like 02, 03, and it's a body off restoration. I powder coated the I welded in new floor pans for it, so blasted and powder coated the floor pans. The whole subframe, chassis, everything has been blasted and powder coated. And then I rotisseried it in my garage, and I put 3M undercoating underneath it. And in California, don't really need it, but I'm just like an anal detail type of guy, so I want to just make sure it was preserved as long as possible for my kids if I give it to them, or some other person that might buy it down the road. Like I said, I got the engine my uncle and I built that was in my Bug. I had the transaxle, the gearbox basically built. It's got low ratio third and fourth. It's a 388 ring and pinion. Definitely going to be kind of like a city track car, not sustained high-speed traveling with the gearing, unfortunately. But it's really just cruise around town, go to some shows, hang out, take it to the strip once in a while. My more passionate is more like road racing type of thing. Drag strips are cool and all, but I like doing it for a while. Like, I'm out there for like 5-10 minutes, just with a bunch of cars trying to pass or trying to not get past. That's what I like. And so it's a less abuse on your car as well, which, unless you're rich. I'm not rich. I'm like hood rich, I guess you could say. I own a Hellcat, so now I can't afford anything else. So that's what it is, a little bit less abuse on your cars. So yeah, so that's the deal. I got the 67 Karmann Ghia, which will take a lot of my my attention here in a little bit. I got this car, which I don't plan on doing much to besides working on the rear tires, like I mentioned before, getting them bigger, and see how you can put this power down to the ground, because right now it's kind of stupid. Like, even with the traction control on, it's just ridiculous, and I'll be burning through tires and brakes, I think, mostly tires. But all right, so onto the car that I have now. I just sold a 08 Subaru WRX. It had some stuff done to it. It was lowered, and it was cool and fun. I had it for about a year, but I had an issue with my knee a couple years back, had surgery, and sitting in SoCal traffic, it kind of drove me to get something else. And I got kids, so 4-door is what I wanted. I needed an automatic. Hellcats, they got the freaking manual mode or paddle shifters. So that's kind of hybrid manual, if you will, which is what a lot of people like in the end, I think, having the ability to go between just straight automatic to manual mode shifting. And I'll tell you what, like, I drove only cars I've driven with a paddle shifter is this car and a Ferrari F430 at the Las Vegas Speedway. And the Ferrari F430, F430, the paddles are static on the column, so you don't got to worry about like where they are when you're on a corner or anything. But this car, they're mounted to the steering wheel, so obviously like I'm trying to get used to it. I'm going around corners, and I'm like, oh, where's the upshift? Then you got to take your eyes off the road, which is dangerous. Make sure you don't hit somebody, you know. And it's one thing that I like and I hate at the same time, just because I hate trying to fiddle fart with it and trying to find the damn up or down depending upon what you want to do. So, and kind of a pet peeve, but definitely like the fact that I have the options. And automatic, sit in traffic, I could drink my Monster, you know, hang out, play with the hand features on the steering wheel while I got my eyes on the road still, doing all the Uconnect, radio, navigation, all that junk. So it's pretty cool. I definitely wanted power. I had a Yaris too for a while, which is a commuter car, and it's like a 1.4 cylinder, a Fury. I don't know, it probably had like 110 horsepower. That thing was lacking. Had that for a couple years, and you know, then I got the Subaru, and so I love the Subaru, but it didn't have enough power. Kids are getting bigger, and I wanted some more power. And I know some people are gonna be some haters out there that said you blasphemy, you shouldn't say this. I'd almost say the Hellcat is too much. Honestly, like for me, I'm gonna drive it to work 1 or 2 weeks out of the month. I'll drive my wife's truck predominantly to work because it's a 100-mile round trip each day, and she'll drive the Hellcat to take the kids to school, drop them off, and go back to the house because she works from home. So you know, not a lot of miles on the car, hopefully. I do drive in eco mode to conserve fuel. I get 23 miles a gallon. I cruise at 73 miles per hour, cruise control on when there's no traffic, and I get 23 miles a gallon on the average. So it's pretty good so far. I'm pretty happy because it's the same as my Subaru, a 4-cylinder turbo. So really, the impact on the gas, price-wise, none to me, because it's the 91 for both, used to the same price, about $330 here in SoCal right now. So that's not too bad, actually. I knew it's something that, you know, not good on mileage. I knew that well in advance of buying the car. I was looking at the Challenger, but that 2-door option, just no bueno. The wife said, no, you can get the 4-door if you want. And I was like, all right, sounds good. So, you know, I got room for the kids now, and this thing is just a beast. It's comfortable. You know, the seats are awesome. All the functionality with up, down, forward, back, seat back, lumbar support, that's pretty legit. And I definitely like the car. The color was my main thing. My Subaru was black, and so I was looking for a white car or like a silver car. And then I seen the Go Mangos, and I was like, oh damn, Go Mango, that's sexy. So I've seen the 392s around the area in orange, and I was like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna do that. And then I basically been looking on Auto Trader for like, I was probably looking for a solid 6 months. And to know me, like my details and whatnot, how I do things, is it took me 6 months to purchase solar for my house. Went through a lot of companies, did a lot of researching. So it actually took me like 6 or 9 months to find a car that I wanted. Started looking at like Mercedes AMGs, M5s-ish, and then figured I couldn't really afford those ones because the new ones are like super expensive. And stumbled upon the Hellcats, you know, and went on Auto Trader, created an account, started looking for 2016s, well 15s. They had pretty much nothing new. And then I stumbled on a bunch of maybe 40 2016s that are brand new. 17s, and I saved a whole bunch of them. You can only save 50 cars on Auto Trader at once. So I saved all the 16s that were not black, and that were pretty much my favorite colors. And then I started just creating an Excel sheet with like year, new, used, miles, price, options, and eventually once I got this promotion at my job, I could afford a car. So I picked the top ones that I wanted. This one was pretty much the first dealership that I got a hold of, a real person that called me back like the next day. It was on a weekend that I called, and we started talking about it. And this thing was 75 MSRP, and I got it for $59,900. So 14 grand, 15 grand off the sticker. I thought that was a pretty damn good deal. It's a brand new 16. I took ownership of it like January 6th, I think, and totally happy with the purchase. Love it. Don't regret it, except for, like I said, I pretty much could have probably lived with the 392. The Hellcat's just stupid, way out of control on the streets. It's just fun. I love it. I'm a car guy, so trust me, like, I appreciate it. as much as most of you probably watching this video. But in the end, if anybody wants to know, like, you could literally deal with the 392. I've driven that as well, so I know what I'm talking about as far as comparison wise. It's a fun car. You can pretty much do the same stuff with this, unless you're really going for drag strip track times. You know, I would say get a 392, save some money on your monthly payment, invest in some really good race tires and rims, and maybe, like, I'm not a suspension expert with these Bilstein 3 modes. I don't know anything about them yet, but you know, if coilovers are an option, or maybe some special springs that you can put over the actual struts, if the functionality of the Bilstein still works, that'd probably be pretty legit. You know, this car is just, it's awesome, and I love it. And again, uh-oh, hold on here. People are driving like asshats. Green light, dude, stop in the middle of the road. Okay, dumb shit. So, getting closer to stop yapping in my mouth. Let's get some noise. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, bitches. Whoa. Track mode right now. So suspension's in track, traction's on track, tranny's on track. I said tranny. Whatever. And it's pretty stiff right now. I'm gonna come on the straightaway over here. I'm actually gonna put the microphone up by the window to see if you can. I'm gonna try and get that supercharger whine, because I love that supercharger whine. Who doesn't love whine, right? The liquid type and the superchargers. All right, so there's the mic up at the front of the window. I got my radio off. I'm gonna try and see if I can get the maximum supercharger whine right now. So stand by. Let's see here. Oh, don't move, Mike. Don't move. All right, let's see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, here's the mic. Alright, let's slow down a little bit, because there's some people up here, so let me slow down. Let me get some get a little bit of quick acceleration here so you guys can hear this bad boy. If you can't roll the windows down, probably put this up, see if you can hear anything. Alright, here, let's wait for that light up there to turn green. I'm about 1/8 of a mile behind a bunch of people at a light. I'm gonna wait for them to try and cruise through. I'm gonna do a rolling start. Like I said, I don't want to abuse my car as much as I can. So nobody behind me. And these kids up there are going. I'm going 6 miles an hour right now. Traction control off. And let's see what we got. Oh, yeah. Oh, hit it. Hit it. Oh, yeah. Woo! Damn. Oh my god. So I don't know if you can hear that at all. I mean, I can hear it. Oh, it's music to my ears. It's like a man orchestra, just like playing your ears. Love it. And just shaved off about 4% of my tire lifespan right there, I'm sure. So I'm heading home. I'm gonna be home in a minute here. Gonna try and put this video together, see how it turned out. It's definitely long, I get it. There's not a lot of cool content in there necessarily. In the future, I'm gonna try and do some stuff, you know, like maybe a burnout, maybe a little flyby, some exhaust clips. I'll put the camera on my exhaust and try and put this microphone like right next to it so you can really hear the exhaust well. I was thinking about doing a video where I put the microphone like inside the bonnet, under the bonnet, if you will, or the hood, and then that way you can really kind of hear that supercharger whine a little bit more, because that's my favorite noise, really. The exhaust is cool, but I love the supercharger whine over pretty much anything else. So, you know, keep in mind, I'm not really good at making videos. I don't have any good editing software. I got like whatever is factory on my computer. It's like a Photos app, and you can just add pictures and clips and trim them and some other junk. So nothing crazy, but I think once I'm done with school here in June, I'll definitely be trying to get a real nice software suite to edit videos and get some better content for you guys. You know, if there's something you want to see or hear or whatever, you got questions, by all means ask, and I'll do my best to answer. Oh, torque! And yeah, so I'll do what I can. Low camera battery. Yeah, my batteries are old. I guess I better buy new ones. So anyway, rolling home right now. Appreciate all you guys watching the video. Please subscribe if you can, like the video, you know, it's America, or I guess the world. Like, anybody can watch the video on YouTube, I guess, throughout the world. Definitely would like it if you don't thumb me down, but you know, if you don't like it, by all means, put a comment in there. Like, what do you want? What do you want to see that's better? What am I wasting your time on? And I'll try my best to avoid that the next time around. So appreciate everybody. Take care, and we'll see you on the flip side. Ciao. No, maybe not. How you turn this thing on?